Look, we have to win in Turkey. You know, that's pretty much obvious, but I wouldn't say there's extra pressure on us. If anything, the pressure that doesn't exist just means that we can go out there and focus on getting the result that we absolutely do not need to get.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to your run on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 10, Episode 6 today, and it is two big games for very, very different reasons. The Yags go up in their quarterfinal against Varazdin at home, so it is another chance for us to take a scalp of a top-flight side and potentially get ourselves into the semi-final as well. And then it is the trip to Turkey that is a must, definitely not lose. It's a must-win. We have to win, and we are facing Besiktas. A win will take us to 10 points and in all likelihood out of the Champions League phase. A loss, and we're going to need to beat either Chelsea or Paris, and that is going to be very difficult indeed. So, not too much to catch you up on off the field. Two games on the field. No, one game, sorry, on the field to catch you up on. That was against the team the Yags beat last time out, actually. It was Luka Motiva, but in the league this time. Bertic gave us an early lead, and Monsalvo made it 2-0 at half-time. But Luka Motiva pulled one back before Butchman sealed the points late on, and Holt crossed for Siraj to get a fourth. So this was a game that we were always in control of. You can see from their XG. I mean, they scored from their only even real half chance, to be honest. But yeah, it was maybe a lot of set-piece goals, struggling to break them down a little bit from open play. I'm starting to wonder if there's a tweak that we need to make in the way that we're playing, because these sorts of games, I feel like they're becoming a little bit more common now in the league, where if we score, it tends to be from a set piece. So we'll have a think about it. But yeah, ultimately, it was a comfortable win in the end. Now, the league table. And we are top, and we're just starting to open up a little bit of a gap. We've played a few teams from the bottom half of the league recently, which is obviously games we should expect to win. And the rest of the top five have played each other a little bit, taking points off each other. And suddenly we're 10 points ahead of Osijek, 6 ahead of Slaven, and 4 ahead of Hajduk and Dinamo, albeit Hajduk with a game in hand against bottom of the league Istra. So you'd probably expect them to win that one. But let's go and see what the Gags are up to first and foremost today. And we are expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. And this is the team that we are sending out. So it's Kosic in goal, Tininsky and Skolabar. We've got a new right back. Our promising fullback is 17, so able to play in the competition. So he comes in for Tino. He's on the bench, so we're going to miss Tino, aren't we? And Kovacek as well. Novak, will try him again as a halfback and see how it goes. Then we've got Haska and Perso. These guys are really developing like a house on fire. Perso particularly. And Haska actually got called up to the Bosnian senior team, which is no mean feat for him either. It's going to be Siraj, followed by Madzar and Turpic. So we'll see how those guys go. We've got some options on the bench as well. And yeah, let's see if we can get ourselves into the semi-finals. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. It looks, I don't know if it looks a fairly strong side or not. Ramsey, of course, was we sold him off to Varazdin. We signed him for $3,000 and then sold him off to them for a profit. Home form's important to us. We can get on board with that, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's a really good opportunity for us. It is a top-flight side, but you could argue this starting 11's a top-flight side as well. So, yeah, as I've said a few times, there is a little, I mean, we'd never do it, but just to play sort of this almost team, you'd probably go with the back three and whatnot, but just to see how they would go in a league season, I'm fairly confident that this team is good enough to avoid relegation. We'd probably be looking at 6th, I think, wouldn't we? I don't know, or maybe 5th, because we'd drop out of the top 5. I don't think we wouldn't go toe for toe with the big boys of the league like we are now, but I think we'd be good enough to sort of stay clear of the relegation spots. So one of those where we might have an outside chance of Europe with this team, but that would probably be our ceiling. But let's see what we get here now. As that's something's gone horribly wrong there. That's too much space. Scholar, but really lungy tackle as well, and we're chasing heads a little bit there, or tails, I should say. Headless chickens that's where I was going with that one. But anyway, let's see if we can settle down a little bit here. And we are trapping them inside. I think that's probably the way to go. Down the right-hand side. Maybe not. We're probably on our left-hand side trying to trap them outside. But here we go now. Dovika. What's he going to do? He cannot dribble to save himself. He's done okay there, though. It's a bit of a defensive howler, and in the end, it's gone flying over. I think it might... Well, actually, I don't know who it was. It might have been Siraj that blasted it over. We would not be surprised if it was Turpic, though, would we? So, a game that is not particularly creating much. We've got a highlight here, though, so let's see where this one goes. Dovikar with a throw for Madzar. Haska. Skolabar to Novak. Novak across to Tuninsky for Haska. Haska for Kovacic. Oh, and it's a bit of a heavy touch. Can we put pressure on them and win it back, though? We are putting good pressure on. They have to put their foot through it, and we get the ball back. Haska comes forward. Skolabar again to Novak. It's a little bit of a long old highlight at this point, isn't it? We go all the way back to Kosic. Forward for Tuninsky. He's got time and space to Siraj. Siraj, nice ball for Perso. Perso! Just past the post. And you wonder if a better finisher, obviously a better finisher would have done better with it, but you know what I mean? Did it just for that chance to the wrong bloke? All right, is it going to be anything else before half time? Let's have a look here. I'm wondering if we want to exploit the middle and look for overlaps. We haven't had much possession, but we've had the better of the possession, I think we could say, couldn't we? All right, so our shooting has not been good enough. We can get on board with that. Let's get everybody hopefully pumped up and ready to get back out there, and then we'll make maybe a tactical tweak or two. Okay, I wonder if we lower it down and sort of play that way. Neither of the strikers is having a great game. Now, is that because they're not having a great game, or is that because we're not getting them particularly involved in the game? We've got some defending to do. Madzar doing his best to win possession back for us. Siraj, who kind of owes us after the last round, doesn't he, where he didn't show up at all. And there's a shot, and Kosic makes a save. Yeah, that's easy for the goalkeeper. We're not getting much going, are we? They're dominating possession. It's a little bit like the Rijeka game, actually. All right, so let's make changes. Well, let's take Turpic off, who was just coming back from an injury anyway. Tomaszek opened the game for us last time, didn't he? So let's bring him on. Mitrovic is, or Mitrovic, I should say, is on the bench as well. He was a bit of a star in the last game. But let's just make the one change for now, perhaps. Let's demand more. That's motivated people. Dovikar. And to Haska. Haska floats across in. It is headed away, but Tuninsky's there. Tuninsky's going to put his foot through when he goes wide for cover. It's there for... Oh, Perso. All right, mate. You've had enough. You can come off. That's two good chances. On can come all Markic for him. And... excuse me. Siraj. Do we take Siraj off again? Is Siraj our secret weapon in the Yags, where we take him off and everybody just relaxes, and then Mitrovic comes on and just dominates the game? Kovacic floats the cross in. It's a decent one, but goalkeeper just equal to it. I mean, this has still been a pretty good effort, hasn't it? Let's be, you know, we're still playing a top flight side, and we've held them scoreless and arguably look the better team for 65 minutes. We come forward again with Dovasar. Skolabar to Haska. Look at the space he has through the middle. Good ball. It's Siraj! And he can't beat the goalkeeper. Siraj will take the corner. We'll give him to about the 70th or so minute, but I'm thinking Siraj just maybe can't be bothered with the Yags, as Kovacic is caught in possession quite poorly in truth, and then does okay to win it back. Alright, Siraj, you've just lost your match rating, so let's bring on the secret weapon. Haska over a free kick. Haska! Oh, that was a good one. Was it a save? It was. Oh, Haska's got a bit of set-piece game. He takes the corner now towards the back post. It is headed away. Madzar is going to get there first. And Skolabar, and that does it for that highlight. Let's demand more again. We are very much the better team. Are we gonna get the result that really I think our performance deserves? Come on, boys. Come on. Yag power. We've got another highlight. Are they going to try and play short now from the back, I wonder? That might suit us a little bit better, actually. And, oh, Mitrovic almost. And Dovasar is there. Haska to Mitrovic. Back to Skolova. Forward for Ormarkic. Mitrovic. Here we go. Madza to Kovacic. It's Tomakak. I can't say these names. I don't say them often enough to rattle them off like that. But anyway, end result, not a goal. Let's encourage them. Mitrovic is looking nervous, which is not ideal. And are we going all the way to penalties? It looks like we might be. Do we have... Let's just check our penalty takers. I'm pretty sure it goes straight to penalties, doesn't it? Do we have a good penalty taker on the bench? We do, but it's... Oh, these penalty takers are not great, are they? So I think just never mind. Wow. Let's hope Kostic is a good penalty saver. Yeah, we may not need that yet because we have a stoppage time highlight. Maybe it does go to extra time. I can't remember now. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, it's a good pass. It's a good run. It's a good goal. And have the Yags collapsed in stoppage time. Oh, that would be so harsh on them. But it's looking like that's exactly what's happened. We're just a centre-back short, aren't we? And Skolova's trying to mark... There's three guys with two centre-backs. And I mean, next season we definitely will make sure we keep three centre backs back. Now, can we go and draw level instantly? Novak to Haska to Dovasar. Can he get across it? He's not the worst crosser of a ball. It's a good save, is it? Their goalkeeper has more than kept them in it. It's a little bit of a smash and grab from them, in truth. Haska with a corner. It's floated in towards the back post and headed away. And Madzar is there. Can we get something else? It doesn't look like it is. And the Gags, who are they? The Yags even. Oh, comes to the end in the quarterfinal with a 93rd minute goal. And we didn't deserve that. I mean, it's what happens when you don't take chances, isn't it? But, that they could have done so much better there. So Jarun fall to late defeat. And, I mean, the goalkeeper's played a 7.9. How often does a goalkeeper do that? Madzar is on a little bit of a drought, 7 hours without a goal. He's only young. Just keep working hard to improve, mate. You'll be fine. And yeah, that is that. Well, we've lost one must-win game. Let's hope we don't lose the next one. It's Besiktas next. All right, welcome back. Now I have taken a layer off. It is getting increasingly hot in this office, but we have a big game coming up here. It's the pressure it's getting to me, honestly. This is it. This is our whole European season. We've got to win, but before that, we had to face Hajduk Split. So let's go see what we did there. We fell behind in the second half, but Vertage pulled us level in stoppage time. So, yeah, we probably deserved a draw. Nothing more, nothing less, I'd say. 1-1 was fair, but, yeah, prefer we didn't leave it to stoppage time to get our goals, if I'm honest. But, yeah, because it wasn't our strongest side. We did have to sort of rest some players, keep some players fresh at Besiktas. Matanovic, I think he might be done with us. But, yeah, everybody else there is either... Yeah, just had a couple of disappointing performances. We tried Cernik as a number 10. Didn't really work, so we took him off just after half-time, I think, for Skoko. So, let's go and have a look now at what we're doing here against Besiktas. Obviously, not that much has changed in the league table because, yeah, it's still pretty much as you were. Now, it's a 7-3 that we're expecting out of them, so that it should be interesting. And given that, we're going to have a bit more of a go at them because they're not the best defensively. I've just noticed that Siraj is on a heavy match load, but he should be okay. So it's Pinter in goal, whose recent form is maybe slightly troubling. Sanchez, Crespi, and Butchman will be the back three. Torres and Enrique. Now, I think Enrique is very much in danger of being recalled in January because they're wanting to play as a fullback, not a wingback. And we've not been playing him enough, so there's a big chance he gets recalled. Montel and Zinko, he was the hero against Rennes, so we'll we'll stick him out there for this one. Then Siraj, Mazzanelli, and Lacko will be the rest of the team. Alright, so recognizable names. Sinistera is a recognizable name, I think, although there's a few of them kicking around South America, isn't there? Junior Onana, is he at, I want to say Everton or Burnley in real life right now, maybe West Ham. But yeah, there's no one there otherwise that is jumping out at me, although I do tend to miss the Turkish names quite often. Alright, so put on a show out there. Let's go with that. Sanchez is looking hesitant. That's never a good thing, but that's, of course, he's unhappy with his game time, so hopefully that'll pass. And yeah, here we go. So we're very much... Oh, and they've not come out as we expected them to. Unbelievable. I mean, what are these scouts doing? You had one job. Okay, but it probably doesn't change too much about what we want to do, but I do wonder if maybe a DM would have been a better decision here, but we very much not got one of those on the field right now. Both Bosniak and Sithole. Hopefully they're both on the bench. I meant to put them on there if they're not. But yeah, this is one of these, I think, they can seem to concede a lot of goals. We know that we can score goals, so we're going to disrespect them on their own ground and properly have a go at them, and hopefully we'll get a reward for that. Here we go. As I said, it's a must-win in the sense that we'll do very well to get much out of Chelsea and Paris. So, yeah, I think if this season doesn't go to plan and we don't get out of the league phase, if this, I mean, it pretty much comes down to this game, I think we can look back at Ajax and say we probably should have got a point there, and we can look back at Rennes at home and think we probably should have needed to win that one, as well as Mazzoleni's gone down and the referee has given a penalty. Now, we don't have Bertie. Bertie is probably the best penalty taker I've ever had in Football Manager. Lacko will probably be the guy to step up. It is, and he's a little bit more hit and miss. Probably goes at 75% or so, and this is one of the good ones. So it's a 3rd-minute lead. Lacko's 11th of the season, and let's hope we can go on with this now a little bit. Of course, the benefit... I tell you what, goalkeeper got a hand on that too, didn't he? If we do get the 10 points here, what it does mean is that we could maybe be a little bit more ambitious against Chelsea and Paris. Although, in truth, we'll probably have to set up the same way we usually do with, you know, a DM, not a number 10, and just hope for the best as Lacko has a shot blocked through on its way to goal. I saw over the weekend that Mourinho was managing Fenerbahce, which makes a lot of sense, actually. I could see him doing quite well. I think it was Fenerbahce. Not just in Turkish football, but even taking a Turkish team into Europe. I could see his style maybe working there. Which would be interesting, because I think Fenerbahce got 99 points and 2nd in the league. I mean, that is just unbelievable. And Torres has sent in Mazzoleni. And I don't know what is offside there. Mazzoleni would have been behind the ball, wouldn't he, if he's behind? Yeah, I was going to say. I always start thinking, is there an earlier pass? But no, Torres is well onside, and Mazzoleni he's behind the ball. Yeah, he's behind the ball and 3 defenders. So no need to worry on that one. So both of our front guys have a goal, and yeah, I mean, both strikers are behind, maybe not behind the ball in truth, but they're certainly onside. So this is almost breathe a little bit easier territory now, isn't it? I think, obviously, after this, we'll have the January winter break. Now, our window doesn't open till just before we would come back. So, we're not going to sign anybody. It's Siraj. Oh, Lacko might have been offside there, I think. There is always the risk, though, of players leaving. Now, as I say, I suspect that Enrique is going to get recalled. It is what it is. I'd rather he didn't, but I'm not going to play him at fullback because that's not how we play. And what we can do, we won't really have a game between him being potentially recalled and Europe. We will be able to re-register the squad, so we'll have a little bit of time. There's a good ball for Siraj, who can't find the back of the net. He does get a corner though, so we can try and get another left back in. So it's not the end of the world if it happens. And I did at the time. I remember thinking when I signed him, he's only going to be here for 6 months. He's going to get recalled in January. I can't remember exactly what that was. Maybe that was the position that I was supposed to be playing him at, and thinking, yeah, he's not. That's not where he's going to play. I mean, we could, in theory, drop him back, but I'm not that desperate. I mean, I want to keep him, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not that desperate to keep him. The mainly concerning thing is that Holt has not had a good season this season. So, yeah, we would need to get somebody in, I think. Although Kovacic has been doing very well, the youngster. So that is maybe something that we could look at. I just saw it flash up there. Ajax is 3-0 up away to Michelin. So it could be that Ajax is a decent side. Here's Siraj, draws another good save. And that is half-time, is it? Yes. So I'm used to Turkey. I just had this thought. I'm used to Turkey. Like, Turkey's always a long trip. Croatia to Turkey it's a day trip, isn't it? Don't get complacent second half. Butchman is anxious. He's not anxious anymore. But yeah, if we're looking at players that are going to come under interest, definitely Butchman. Now, Butchman's contract is up the end of next season. There might be a decision to be had on him. It's because we're 2032 now, going 2033, and he's up, yeah, sort of next year. I don't anticipate selling him because I think he's really, really good. But we'll see if we get a ridiculous bid in. Maybe that's something that could happen. Where I think we're sort of our first team right now. Siraj has another chance. It's pinballs in there, and it's eventually cleared away. Yeah, I think we have such a good young team that almost anybody could get a bid that comes in. Now, I don't think... Does Crespi have a release fee? Someone has a release fee. It might be Crespi. So I'll have to have another go at trying to get rid of it. I did have... Whoa! And there's a goal back for Besiktas. And that's not what we needed. Suddenly it's 2-1. And, I mean, that is just horrid marking from the corner. Completely free header. So we'll demand more. I mean, we've absolutely dominated the game. It would be a crime against football if we don't win this game. Zinko's not having a great one. We'll bring Haim Raz on for him. And Raz, really good start to his time with us. Just dropped off a little bit. Now, Palumbo, of course, is back. He'll be able to be registered in the squad now as well, which we will, in all likelihood, look to do. Enrique, good ball in the middle, and Lacko. It's taken a deflection. I think the keeper has then saved it onto the post. It's done everything but end up in the back of the net. Let's praise this, because, I mean, look at that XG. I mean, there's a penalty assisted, I suppose, but this should not be a close game. And it is very much a close game. Here we go now with Raz. Not the greatest pass inside. And we get there with Siraj, we can. Enrique to Siraj. Siraj to Torres. Torres, can he pick out a teammate in the middle? It's Lacko. It's 3-1, and with 10 minutes to play, that should be that. That should be our 10 points. That should be us into the next phase. Of course, the next phase is worth 8 million or something instantly just for getting there. So it's definitely worthwhile doing. And yeah, Lacko just got ahead of his man, didn't he? And tucked it away inside the far post. Looked like he massively sliced it, but I think it was actually where he was trying to put it. So Torres having a good game. That's 9.7 for him. Welcome back, Hugo Torres. Lacko to Mezzaleni. Oh, and Mezzaleni has hit the post. And it goes out for a throw. This honestly could have been... I mean, our XG is 5. How often do we have an XG of 5? Our finishing is kind of, and we get this a lot of seasons, it's just becoming a little bit of an issue. Mezzaleni to Torres, and I'm not sure if that was going for Mezzaleni or Siraj, and in the end, the goalkeeper got it. So, what's going to become of this? I thought that would be the highlight. We win that, we do, and they lump it back forward. Pinter's going to claim that. And where are we going from here? Pinter gets it wide for Butchman. Butchman to Raz. Raz volleys it wide for Torres. Flicks it on for Mezzaleni. Back to Torres. Siraj is making a run. It's a good one. We've got 3 or 4 in the middle, all unmarked. Mezzaleni back to Siraj. No, it's Torres to Siraj to Enrique. And it's Lacko's hat-trick. He's robbed it there. I think, if anything, Enrique kicked it into Lacko. It's bounced off him into the back of the net. Lacko has a hat-trick. And we have 3 points in the game 10 points in the group. And we shall almost certainly be going... Yeah, there's no way that's Laco's goal. Does Enrique at least get an assist for that, I wonder? And, I mean, Raz is flirting with offside, but he also kind of backed out of it, didn't he? So that's probably fine. XG of 6, and we've only scored 4. I'd expect to get 12 or 13 with an XG of 6, but anyway, not too bad, is it? Very, very good performance from us, that one. But like I say, that should be job done in terms of getting out of the league phase. Now it comes down to Chelsea, who are equal on points and goal difference with us, and Paris, who are top. Paris we play last. Could they be resting players already guaranteeing themselves maybe a top spot? The Chelsea game's looking very big all of a sudden. Maybe there's an outside chance of a top 8 here. But we turn dominance into victory, 2.4 million in the bank. Teams are securing their playoff spots. Laco in top form. I mean, he's going to come out. We're going to get bids for him this January, aren't we? But anyway, guys, that is that. If you've enjoyed it, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We'll be back next time, as I say, after the winter break. It'll be Chelsea and it will be Paris. If there's nothing really riding on the Paris game for us, we might look to show the Dynamo game instead, because that's going to be a big one at the top of the table. But we'll wait and see exactly how things are shaping up after the Chelsea game. But until then, guys, I've been Aussieville. Thank you so much for watching. Keep your fingers crossed your favourite players stay. And I'll see you after the winter break. Take care.